Hello and welcome to the Rambling Peach. I hope you enjoy this. Found these stalks of mullein, guys, on the back side of the property here, and I'm trying to get as many of the flowers. This is a mullein. It's known by a bunch of different names, and I'll name those off later, but you'll know that it's mullein because it has a fuzzy leaf. Now, it's not to be confused with lamb's ear. Mullein grows opposite, kind of in a rosette type of formation, and it'll have a long stalk growing up the middle, and it may have little stalks like this growing off the sides. But all of these flower tips here that you see, if you want to collect it, you can collect the leaves themselves, or you can collect the blooms, and I like to collect the blooms to make a tincture out of. And with the tincture, it is good for earaches, it's good for sore throat, severe coughs that you may have. It's also good for urinary tract infections, problems with your digestion. There's just so many uses for it. I'm gonna walk over and get some more over here. There's more blooms over here. Some of the common names that I've heard for mullein are candlewick plant, the velvet plant, the blanket plant, Aaron's rod, Jacob's staff, old man's flannel. Of course, this is old folk medicine that's been used over the centuries. Now, I've used mullein most of my life as a child. It was something that my grandmother did right regular when we would get sick. But, you know, we didn't have the money to go to the doctor every time you got sick like people do nowadays. So you treated yourself the best way they knew how. And the old people, older generations, knew about all the remedies that were out there because they'd used them over and over and over. It's just now starting to be a common thing for people to go back to some of the old ways. Mullein has an anti-parasitic properties, and it is active against roundworms and tapeworms. And it's also been used for pain relief over the century. When I get home, I will be putting these flower tips in a tincture. You can use most any type of alcohol as long as it's, we've always used 100 proof vodka because it's mostly, doesn't have the odor to it, like rums or that kind of thing. But I guess you could use whatever, as long as it's strong enough proof. It's always been strong vodka for our family. Hang in there, I'll give you some recipes in a while. You can take these leaves and dry them. Now, do not wash them, because if you wash them, it really becomes a mess. Just put them on a plate or a platter and put them outside when the wind is blowing, or put a fan on low blowing, and any trash that might be on these leaves, it'll blow it right off. Then you'll dry the leaves and you take them, clip them up in small pieces, and you can roll it up, make it into a cigarette, smoke it, or pack it in a pipe and smoke it. It'll make you cough, and that's what it's supposed to do. It will making you cough up the congestion and phlegm that's stuck in your chest. There's another one over here. Now, mullein will spread, guys, so don't plant mullein anywhere that you don't want it to be, because it will continue to spread over the years. Now, I have a bed at home where I have just a few mullein plants that I allow to survive. But it puts off enough mullein for us as a family to use. Now, my stepson had the big C. Had it for a long time, back and forth in and out of the hospital. And I sent him some mullein tincture and a few other items with some fresh honey from the home for back when my bees were doing well. Oops, dropped that one, didn't I? Don't want to waste any of these precious little flowers. And he managed to get over it. And I'm not saying Mullein cured it, but it did help him get over the coughing and all of that he was having. It has been known for years and centuries, I guess. It's been used for earaches. You'd put it in the flowers in oil, like olive oil or mineral oil, and the drops, after it's had 6 or 8 weeks for it to soak the mullein leaves into, you would use a dropper, just a couple of drops in your ear to help with the earaches. My oldest daughter had lots of earaches when she was a child. And so believe me, we tried a little bit of everything. Mullein was one of the things that seemed to soothe her earaches. I don't want to get all of the flowers because we do want it to become seed here in the woods. That way it can spread, and we'll always have our mullein plants to depend on. But you have to harvest this while the flowers are blooming, because as you can see, they dry up very quickly. And then this stalk will become hard and brittle. Now there'll be little tiny seeds. There'll be 1 million little seeds on this stalk. And those seeds are toxic, so do not eat them. The Cleveland Clinic has done a lot of research on this plant. It is not only known for loosening the mucus and making it easier to cough it up, it treats all types of respiratory problems such as bronchitis, dry cough, asthma, and hoarseness. It also can treat diarrhea, eardrops, earaches, toothaches, joint pains, headaches, moisturizes your skin, and it has a treatment of some psychological problems. Okay, we're going to leave the rest and we're going to go to some more. I think there's another patch up this way. Okay, we're going to go and collect some of these mullein seed from here. Okay, it can calm inflammation. It's also used for lung and throat issues. It helps to manage hemorrhoids, burns, bruises, gout, and other anti-inflammatory conditions. Stress, anxiety, anger, and lowers your blood pressure. It's also known great for sore muscles. It protects your cells, and it contains antioxidants like vitamin C and flavonoids. And it originated in Europe, Asia, and Africa. You can smoke the leaves, apply the crushed leaves to bruises, cuts, and all. You can make a cough syrup out of the boiled roots, a paste for your skin. You can puree the leaves for inflamed skin. It contains numerous ingredients, flavonoids, saponins, and anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-hypertensive properties. You can harvest the leaves and flowers. You dry the leaves and root completely and infuse the mullein in oil, strain it, combine it with beeswax, and put it in containers to make a salve. You can infuse the flowers in oil and also the leaves, and you need to let it soak for at least 6 weeks. And I put mine in a dark cabinet where the sun doesn't strike it. This can be used for arthritis, aches and pains, all types of poultices. You can also use it with just the water. This oil concoction can be used for earaches and toothaches. Also, you can dry the flower, put the flowers in 80 or better proof alcohol. I use vodka of choice. Also, I can use 2 cups of water, and I can add a tablespoon of dried crunched up mullein leaf. Let that simmer for about 10 minutes. Then I'll take it off the heat, leave it covered, and always do it in a non-aluminum pan. I prefer a stainless steel pan myself. And I let that sit covered for about 5 minutes. Also, for taste, you can add blueberries or strawberries or something fresh, and I add raw honey to mine. And always strain this before you drink it, because you don't want to swallow those leaves. The leaves do have little nubs, little pointy, hairy like things that will make you cough, and it can affect your throat and make it kind of itchy if you were to swallow any of it. This has been a trusted herbal remedy for centuries, but guys, I'm not a doctor, so anytime you start something new, check it. Put a little dab of it on your skin. Make sure you're not allergic to it. And if you're curious, check with your doctor just to make sure and let him give you some ideas of how to use it. It's a lot better than using fabricated medications for some of these problems. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this presentation of mullein. Mullein is a wonderful plant, and I hope that you will try it soon in the future. Please hit the like button and comment. Also, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and give me the thumbs up. Thanks.